Oh, hi there. You almost made me wet my pants. You know, we've had some fun times over the past few months with the John Deere Ultimate Skid Steer Smackdown. We laughed, we cried, we smacked, we downed. It's been an exciting journey. So let's take a look back at some of the competition's most memorable moments. In battle number 1, the conquest of Mount Skidmore, Deere rolled over the hills and the competition like Napoleon through South America. In III, we saw Bobcat couldn't compete with Deere's visibility. And then in Tons of Fun, muscles were flexed, hydraulics were tested, and hernias were pulled. But Deere powered its way to the top. In Yankin' My Chain, Deere gave industry leader Bobcat a hard-fought tie. And in the final battle, Double Trouble, Deere laid down a double smackdown on Bobcat. Ah, the memories. But you know, almost as impressive was the work done behind the scenes, most notably by our legal team. As you might imagine, when you take competitors head-on, our lawyers had to put a lot of work into making sure everything was on the up and up. But since then, they've been able to enjoy some much-deserved downtime, and we've all been on a much longer leash these days. You know, considering the whole idea behind Skid Steer Smackdown was to cater to you, the customer, we appreciate any feedback you might have. And boy, we were happy to see that you took time in between making fantasy football picks to share your thoughts. So, let's open up the Smackdown mailbag and read a few comments and questions, shall we? It's a big bag. The first comment is dated before the Smackdown actually took place, and it comes from Death Factor 50. And he writes, "If John Deere thinks they're going to beat Bobcat in a hill climb, they're full of it." Well, Death Factor 50, if that is your real name, let's take a look. Ooh, I can't quite see who wins here. So close. Not quite clear. You know, maybe if we slow it down, we just might be able to decipher who wins. Ah, the videotape doesn't lie. Now, the second letter comes from Tony M. He writes, "John Deere may have won these so-called battles, but Cat still performed well even though the event was organized by Deere. Au contraire, mon frère." If you would have spent a little more time on SkidSteerSmackdown.com, you'd have seen in the Tale of the Tape section that we've got the stats and the facts to prove nothing runs like a Deere. The next comment comes from New Holland Man 242. "I saw a lot of Bobcat and Cat, but why weren't some of the other major players in the world of skid steers featured? Doesn't seem fair." Good comment, my Dutch friend. Now, given the size of the courses and the extent of the competition, we were limited in how many machines we could show. But fear not. Due to the great response we've gotten, we're going to be taking our show on the road to dealerships and job sites across America in Season 2 of the Ultimate Skid Steer Smackdown, known as the Prove It Tour. We'll be featuring more competitors, more drivers, more real-world challenges, and, of course, more me. After all, it was sad to know some of my best work ended up on the cutting room floor.
Action. Keep them off for just a second.
Right here, we've got Greg to beat.
Still rolling?
Our opponents will be chained together in this store.
Cut.
We've set up a 5-foot berm and a whopping...
Okay, Greg, we're rolling.
I'm hurting. When are we doing that? A horrifying. It's... Oh, God. Here we go.
Got it.
That's because this component has two... I'm sorry. The forward reverse... There we go. But the driver that finishes first with the least amount of deductions will be... Damn it. Penalties will be given for each tipped over cone. Now each... I'm sorry. I added... What did I say before?
Well, you did.
And John Deere takes home another victory against another top-rated opponent in... to take the forward reverse... I can't remember. I'm sorry. Do we got enough of those?
Yeah, we did.
Gee,
All right, let's roll.
it's too complicated.
Stupid line.
The color man can
Don't
say.
tell me what to do.
What are you doing? That wasn't the tape. That wasn't the tape we were supposed to roll. It's amazing what you can do with special effects now, you know, CGI. You're hanging me out! You're hanging me out to dry! Well, that's about all the time we have. Thanks for joining me. I've enjoyed waxing nostalgic. In fact, I enjoy waxing anything. It's been great recapping the last few months of the John Deere Ultimate Skid Steer Smackdown. Now, don't forget to check skidsteersmackdown.com for Season 2 of the competition, where we'll be featuring more battles, more competitors, more drivers, and more Smackdowns. So, until next time, I'm Greg Mills. Goodbye, everybody.